I think the other part that confuses people is the narcissists that have a hypersensitivity to criticism. And they think, oh, well, how much of a self worth can they have if they're so hypersensitive to criticism? What would you say to that?
Well, so we're talking about that thin veil of image investment without the authentic self underneath. So it doesn't take much to pierce, the image in the pond that Narcissus is glaring into. There's nothing under there. So it doesn't take, so you pierce it, there's a hypersensitivity because there's no buffer. But that's not related to the low self-esteem. It's related to the fact that they haven't cultivated anything underneath that image. Part of what they're missing is the structure of the self. So again, some theories suggest the structure of the self was stunted by the lack of mirroring, the lack of empathy, or the chaos, or the overvaluation, or the overindulgence, or whatever. And again, there's just not studies that prove that that's really what the root of it is.
That makes perfect sense. It reminds me, I think I told you about this, but I invented a balloon analogy of self-worth where with a narcissist, it's like blowing up a balloon with hot air. And just the smallest of thing, a needle comes in there, that thing's popped. And that's a narcissistic injury or a narcissistic collapse. But someone who's filling up their balloon with a healthy sense of self-worth and substance, that's like filling it up with sand. And that's building a healthy sense of self, having hobbies, healthy relationships,
Right.
a healthy career, and it's built on stable ground. So if something comes in, like a needle comes into the balloon filled with sand, you lose a little bit of sand, but you're not destroyed like the balloon filled with hot air.
I love that. I love that.